All right. You guys might have just heard Gamgee and I bickering there over the dog food on the front yard or on the front porch, but we got that settled. So tonight we're gonna look at some dragon attacks. I'm on a Town Hall 12 Kinch account. I've seen so many problems with dragon attacks. Actually, before we dive into that, let me go do one thing. Make sure that we get some folks over this way. Give me 1 second. Here we are. All right. So this is pretty cool. So over in the Barwick Dojo um, clan, I've got a few accounts over there, and we just recently had a war. It's kind of funny when you do these small wars in a small clan. If you if you attack right when war starts and go 15 for out of 15 stars, a lot of times the enemy doesn't even attack. And you say, oh, that happens everyone occasionally. If you look at this clan and our war log, it's happened 3 of the past 4 times. That I don't even know why people like. Why do they start a war? I mean, it's okay if you lose. We lose wars, no biggie. But it's just kind of odd to me that those things happen. That people start a war and then they don't even attack. But that's not why I wanted to bring this up. What I wanted to show you is on the dragon attacks, if you're doing a really, really good dragon attack, you could do some pretty cool things. Like if you look at our war log here, Dojo Master 3-starred their top base was a Town Hall 13. We can go look at it right here. So you can see it's a mid Town Hall 13. I mean, it's got scatter shots. It's got level 2 scatter shots, right? The Infernos are all level 7. So this is not by any stretch of the imagination any kind of bad base. It might not be fully maxed on all things, but it's definitely in progress. And Dojo Master at the time of the attack was a Town Hall 11. So if we want to go back and look at that, um, just to kind of set the frame for what we're working towards tonight. This is Town Hall 11, a max Town Hall 11 max heroes. Everything is max. And we'll just speed through this at 4 times speed. Now, the irony is that this base had already been 3-starred, and this is the exact same attack that 3-starred it from a Town Hall 12. Um, but you can see not only do we 3-star, but we've got some stuff left over. Like this wasn't just a barely. We have several dragons. What's that? 5 dragons, several balloons, and the warden. So about half our dragons made it through the end. That's Town Hall 11. Now, I'm not saying that every Town Hall 11 dragon attack can 3-star at Town Hall 13. That is far from the truth. But if you really know what you're doing with dragons, you can do a lot of damage. And I don't think enough people realize that. So let's talk about some of the errors that we see. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of good attacks on this. We're going to go do a few ranked attacks here on this Town Hall 12 account, and then we'll do some on. I've got I've got the Dojo master account, which is now technically a Town Hall 12 as of like 12 hours ago, 5 hours ago, something like that. So the heroes are a little bit buffed, and then I have a Town Hall 10 account that we can go look at. If you guys want, I also have a Town Hall 14. I do have Town Hall 15. I can show dragon attacks on that. Once you hit Town Hall 15, I would highly recommend that you do Root Rider attacks until Town Hall 7, all the way through Town Hall 17. There are, I think Supercell just announced some additional levels coming to dragons and dragons, dragons and something. What they announce? They just announced some new levels to dragons are coming here shortly, and if you guys watch any of the main streamers, Itsu posted something, I think it was earlier today, speculating something he has seen that he believes might be tied to the upcoming Epic gear for the Dragon Duke. And I don't know much about it. I saw like a 2-second clip and it is all speculation. But if that thing is legit, I think we're going to see a lot more dragon attacks at Town Hall 18 because I think you're going to be able to take out a whole mess um, of defenses, especially if you target like the air defenses and stuff like that. You're going to be able to take out a whole bunch of them kind of before you even have to deploy any dragons. So let's start off here. We're going to go and we are going to, first off, let's go get a castle cake. Check. And we will start that bad boy. And then I'll just make it easy so we don't have to keep requesting troops. And this is not the, I think I was experimenting with E-Dragons just a little bit ago. This is the army I would recommend. You could also at Town Hall 12, you could also do 1 less dragon and 4 more balloons. That's pretty solid as well. Sometimes I do this. It just kind of depends what I'm in the mood for. Town Hall 12 is a little bit of a tricky thing because you're going to be up against the Town Hall 13s, and the damage that comes out of the Town Hall when it falls is pretty significant. So we're going to talk about that because with lower Town Hall level attacks, I really like to crash everything in the core at kind of the same time. With Town Hall 12 and beyond, that might not always be the smartest thing. But here we're going with 6 lightning and a couple rages. I think the really important thing is your Archer Queen, that you have the giant arrow, and I like the action figure. If you don't have the action figure, the Healer Puppets works. The important thing is the giant arrow. So this is I'll say a good proper Town Hall 12 dragon attack. I'm probably going to draw some Town Hall 13s. It's not always. I would say I'm not good enough to always 3-star them, although I 3-star a lot of them. So let's go look. I'll show you how I break down the base, and then we'll talk about some of the common mistakes that I see. Okay, so Town Hall 13. Now, first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to find where I can get the most value out of my Queen's arrow that I'm going to start with. And I like going the long way across this whole base to get these 2 air defenses. They're positioned a little bit tricky because there's nothing on the outside that directly lines up with them, but I think if we do it and we're patient, we can get them off this helper hut. But then we're going to have to worry about the blowers. So let's dive in here. So first thing I'm going to do is take out 2 air defenses with the giant arrow. I got those. Then I'm going to take out the remaining air defenses with lightnings. I'm also going to try to take out these archer towers because they're close as well, so I'm taking out multiple things. And then we are going to properly set at least a mediocre funnel. Now here's one of probably the most important thing that I don't see enough people do. Watch, I'm going to spread my dragons out across this entire edge, the entire edge. Then I'm going to send the balloons in 2 platoons of 4. It's okay that my queen fell there, and then we're going to go ahead and send in this. We're going to freeze up some stuff over here. What do I have what has decimated my, what got my warden there? We'd have to go back and look at that. I have no idea what got my warden. But I don't think it'll matter much. So that put things a little bit askew. Must have like tripped over some seeking air mines or something. But we will go ahead. We're really got to watch out for this last Inferno tower. But other than that, I think we're good. I think I'm going to hold on to this rage for just a moment. We'll go ahead and rage up. These dragons should be able to take care of that. So you can see, even though I lost my warden kind of early, that was not the way I would have recommended doing it. Still 3-star. And again, this is a ranked battle. I'm not like a super high rank, but that's a Town Hall 12 taking on a Town Hall 13. Now, I was really kind of stressing the way you put your dragons down. I'm going to go do just a regular attack and show you what I see and kind of what the problem is. So what I see most often, if we just go do a regular battle, let me go ahead and get all of this. One of the things I see most often, especially on a base like this, is that people will put all of their dragons in one corner. And they may attempt to set up like a tiny bit of a funnel with their queen or something like that. We're going to use this as an example, and I'll even take out this air sweeper. But if I put everything in a corner, what happens is that the dragons go around the outside of the base. So let's do this. So, oh dear, what happened there? I don't know why. Was I that off? I don't feel like I was that far off. All right, we're going to go ahead and take out that sweeper so you can see what I mean. So what I will see is people will do this. They put their finger on and they just absolutely dump every last dragon. Now, one of the reasons why this stinks is it's going to be hard to see here, but these dragons are like overkilling everything. So yeah, anything in their wake dies really, really quickly, but the vast majority of the dragons aren't really, their damage isn't counting for anything. So they just kind of end up spiraling around the base, and I could dump my other troops in here and I could get a better percentage than I'm going to get. But you can see we kind of just spiral around. Let me go ahead and take up this air defense. And we can even speed them up here. But what this ends up doing is it leaves, it will do one of two things. It will either split your army, so your dragons will split off into two groups, kind of like these guys have, but they did it a little bit later. And they will go all the way around the base, or they leave like a lot of defenses on the back side of the base, like these archer towers and stuff that eventually the dragons have to face, and they're kind of doing it kind of like a bad kung fu movie. They all come in one at a time. So the reason why this is a problem is because sometimes it will work. Like if I would have put down all my other troops, we probably could have 3-starred this base doing that method. Let's go. We're going to go ahead and just get out of there. And we'll go do another one, and I will do that again, but I'll like really attempt to 3-star it. And you'll see it does work sometimes. It does. Probably because dragons are so powerful. It would definitely work on this base just because Town Hall 12 troops going into a Town Hall 11. Let's see if we can find something that's a little more competitive. So here's the Town Hall 12. Looks solid. It's got that Inferno Tower down though. I want something that you guys can see will be a good test. That is not it. That's a super rushed base. We don't have any active Infernos here. I'm passing up lots of good loot just to prove a point. Not happy about it. All right, let's just go ahead and do this one. So with it, I'm going to approach this like I would any other base, and I will tell you on this one, we could probably get we'll probably get pretty close to 3-star if we don't actually 3-star, because everything's so tightly compact. So this is, again, this is a really good example of, I think, one of the traps we fall into. This base is not the strongest, but it will suffice. So we'll do that. We're going to dump all our troops right here. Dump these in. We'll do this, and then we'll dump these in. We'll take out the other air defenses. Oh, I should have done this already. With the lightnings. And now we'll freeze where appropriate. And you can see we split up here. Like I said, we've got like a faction over there and a faction over here. We are going to go ahead and get the town hall. At least I believe we're going to get the town hall. We can go ahead and pop the warden's ability there to make sure we get it. We'll rage here on the barbarian king. And this actually ends up kind of being okay, probably because the base is a little bit narrow. And so you see, we're going to 3-star. I think we're going to 3-star. Oh, I didn't even use the blimp. So yeah, we will call this a definite 3-star. So you can see, I could dump all of those guys in the corner, and we can 3-star base, right? We're going to go ahead and get out of here because we don't need that extra bit of loot. However, if the base is stronger, if I were to do that in a well-constructed defensive base, or one with clan castle troops, or especially one where there's a decent spread between the buildings, you are going to just kind of loop around. So let's see if I can find another one. Especially if I can find a Town Hall 13. This, but we don't have that Inferno Tower. This is actually potentially a really good example, but it doesn't have everything active. I want it active. None of those things are active. I might have to just go ahead and eat. Let's just go do a ranked battle. You know what? For the interest of science, I will sacrifice a ranked battle. All right, here we go. So I'm going to do this improperly. This is not the way to do it. Okay, perfect. Town Hall 13. And yeah, this one's going to cause problems. But what I'm going to do is I am going to pick off a couple of the air defenses and a sweeper with my Queen's Arrow, and then I will get the other ones with lightnings. Let's see, I think I got that there. Oh, all right, so I missed that one sweeper. I didn't put her down exactly where I wanted her, but it'll be fine. And then what I'm going to do, like I see so often, is I'm going to dump everything here in the corner, and we'll try to spread it just a tiny bit so we can get that Inferno. We'll even put the king down over here, which will set up some kind of funnel. But it won't really matter. So what happens here is these dragons are going to split up, and they're going to actually kind of merry-go-round a little bit. We are getting a little love from our queen coming up the middle. Oh, I didn't mean to. I meant to freeze. And now you can see, like, we're literally ring around the rosy around the. I was late on that. Around the town hall. We'll go ahead and try to protect some of those, but we can't. So, to be fair, I'm trying to talk while I'm doing this. I'm not the best at that. So, to be fair, this attack could have gone better, regardless. But I think you get the point that we kind of spiral out. We're making this a lot more difficult on ourselves. So we're really running the risk of a 1-star here. But I think will the king save me? Yeah, the king will save and get us at least 2 stars. We should still 3-star this, but you can see how much more difficult this was and how it wasn't all that great. Especially when you compare it, I got all these dragons are pretty low. And when you compare it to the first attack I did, it's not comparable at all. The reason why this becomes such a trap is because we can see success with it from time to time, and so we think we know how to do a proper dragon attack. But this is not a proper dragon attack, and you will fail. Gosh, I don't know. Against good bases, you'll fail. I'm going to make it up and say at least 30% of the time. Now, dragons, especially Town Hall like 13 and below, they're really strong. So the mistakes that you make can often get glossed over by the power of the troop, but you will fail on occasion. I think that leads to a bunch of frustration that people are like, well, these dragons are stupid because it doesn't work the same way every time. But if you put them down properly and you really funnel them properly, then you'll 3-star a lot more consistently. All right, so I got the lucky 3-star there. Now let's go do it properly again. and then we're going to get switched to a different town hall. Oh, I guess I got to hit attack. I thought I did that already. All right, another Town Hall 13, kind of similar to the one we just did. It's a little bit easier, I think, than the one we just did. At least the layout is. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my queen down in this corner to take out some troops. I'm going to put my king over here, and then I'm going to spread my dragons right here on this edge, and you're just going to see how they kind of sweep across the base, right? So let's do it right. I'm going to take a kind of a weird approach with my queen's arrow, and I was purposely trying to bend it to try to get that air sweeper over there, but I'm not the airbender that I once was. All right, I'm also doing a little trick here that I like to put a couple dragons down on the big defensive buildings, or the big hit point buildings, I should say. And that is so that I can keep my dragons when I disperse everything else. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on, I'm too busy jib jabbering. I'm not taking out these other air defenses. Um, I do that so that I can kind of see how my dragons are a little bit in a straight line, and that's what I want. All right, I haven't deployed anything. Okay, you guys are all distracting me. This is a train wreck and a half because I'm too busy jib jabbering. Okay, I think I'm back on track now. Although I did take a bunch of damage to those balloons. I don't like to do that. All right, once we get this Inferno Tower, I think the rest is just done. So again, not the best attack I've ever displayed on this channel, but but we still get it done. This is probably a good example of the strength of the army makes up for the mistakes that you make. But regardless, it's a 3-star, 3-star, 3-star every time. All right, what we're gonna do, we're gonna let this finish up, and then I'm gonna switch to a different town hall. I'm gonna go down to the town hall 10, and we're really gonna talk about basics. Unless you guys want me to do a different town hall level, you guys speak up. I've got let me think. I got a 10. I've got a brand new 12, so it'd be essentially like a buffed up Town Hall 11 attacking, because I don't have any army camps or anything like that upgraded. I've got this Town Hall 12. I've got a Town Hall 14, a 15, and a 17. The 17 I don't. I mean, even the 15 I don't really do dragon attacks on. Um, we got a guy in our clan who he's Town Hall 18 now, but when he was at Town Hall 17, he ran a really cool dragon attack that I could duplicate, and he 3-starred Town Hall 17s very consistently. He rarely missed them. I mean, I would say 1 out of every like 25 maybe he missed or he didn't triple. Um, so I can duplicate that if you guys are interested in seeing how that worked. I don't think regular dragons are currently great at Town Hall 18, but the word on the street is that they're going to get a new level here coming up. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So, all right, let's go and switch town halls. Give me 1 second. We're going to go down to our Town Hall 10. Here we come. And this is, oh, I got lots to upgrade here. So this is a little bit of a rushed Town Hall 10. And I'll be putting it to Town Hall 11 soon. I think I'm going to leave it there for a good while. But let's use this as another chance. I'll show you a good attack on a Town Hall 10 using Town Hall 10. And then I'll show you a different mistake that I see a lot. Now in this case, I bring, instead of having rage spells, I do have a couple of earthquakes, and that's because a lot of times I face bases where my lightnings by themselves won't take out the air defenses. So let's go grab a castle cake. and we'll do a couple ranked battles, and then I'll show you some bad examples. All right, and then I bring an extra freeze because I can't fit a rage in my clan castle. But essentially, this is the same thing. I'm operating with one less hero. I prefer the Barbarian King. You can really use it. Again, the important thing here is the Queen, the Giant Arrow, and I like the healer. I'm sorry, the action figure. Healer Puppets works as well. Um, but let's go ahead and we'll dive into a ranked battle. All right. So I'm gonna do like a crisscross lightning or a Queen's Arrow here. So hopefully I can get these air sweepers. It's gonna be a little tricky, but let's try it. Cause why not? Why wouldn't we? All right. Ooh, there we go. I think I did get it, and I got one of the air sweepers, which is perfect. Now you see, I didn't quite finish taking that out, and I won't quite finish taking this out, but the earthquakes, they knock down those air defenses all the way down. And now, just like before, I'm going to spread these out all across the way. I like to put my balloons on one side and my blimp on the other, and then I'm going to use my freeze spells to just try to keep guys safe. Oh, I didn't even realize this is a Town Hall 11 that we're going against. Oh, one other trick that I typically do at this Town Hall level is because the Town Hall is not really a defensive structure, it doesn't do any damage or anything, I usually try to pop my blimp on my own a little bit prematurely so that I can land those balloons or whatever's inside my siege machine right on top of a defensive structure. All right, so you can see it's all over now except for the kicking and screaming. Again, this is me as a Town Hall 10 taking on a Town Hall 11, and look at the amount of overkill. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dragons, and I don't even know how many balloons. My queen didn't survive. My king did. Usually, it's more common for it to be the other way, that my queen survives and my king does not. But doesn't matter. Really, in these attacks, you don't need your heroes to survive. The important thing is that your queen get 2 air defenses and hopefully a sweeper as well, although that's not always possible. And then your king is used to kind of just make the other side of the funnel, kind of keep the dragons flying straight. So one of the mistakes that I see revolves around the Queen's Arrow. Or the Giant Arrow, I should say. I don't think enough people are comfortable with it, and so what happens is they bring all of these. They come with all lightning spells. Let's do that. And I'm going to show you the big problem with this. So we'll go 12 lightnings, and you kind of already saw the problem, especially for ranked battles. For regular battles, it's not a big deal. Let's go find us a good example here. All right, this is like a totally chaotic base, but this will kind of get to the point here. Well, or will it? I don't know. Let's attack it. So what I see is a lot of people will go ahead and put their lightnings down in a couple different ways, right? So watch how I do this lightning. And I pick out, I did get that air sweeper with it. Now watch how I do this lightning. And do you guys notice the difference, right? So I've got like essentially 4 and almost a 5th structure. But let's come over here to this one. Oh, good. I dropped 1 extra by accident. I wasn't really thinking. And then over here. Okay, so the problem with doing all lightnings is, as you can see, I did get this one because I messed it up, but I can't get all 4 air defenses that way. Now, so a lot of you may be saying, well, then just hit them with your Queen's Arrow, and I agree. But my my problem is, if I was going to hit it with my Queen's Arrow anyway, why did I need all those extra lightnings? Now I don't have anything to kind of support my army going forward. I'm going to start. Let's put the king down over here. So now I just got to deploy all these bad boys. Put this guy over here. And let's bring him this way. So now I got to deploy all these troops, and I don't really have anything to kind of support them the rest of the way through. Now, luckily this base isn't the best, so I won't really need that. But in a better base, against a better base, perhaps a maxed Town Hall 11, I may find myself really needing some free spells. Frees up some of the Inferno towers. Or, you know, if I can't pick off a air sweeper with my Queen's Arrow, then I can use those freezes to stop it and keep my dragons on track. So I think you either need to do one of two things. You either need to commit to that Queen's Arrow being able to take out some air defenses and a sweeper for you, or you need to use a different Queen's ability and sure, go all lightnings. Even though the lightnings won't always take out all of the air defenses, I would say that if you commit to just learning how to really do a good giant arrow, then you're going to be set, and you don't need to take all lightnings. You can really mix up what other spells you have. So I would say that is a big mistake that I see. So let's go look. Let's go do another. Let me fix this. We'll go do another ranked battle. Wait, oh, my math is bad. Math is hard. Let's take that out. We'll get us. Our castle cake's not the best thing ever. Oh, I got a little achievement here, which is good because I'm trying to get my 5th builder. All right, so now if we go and we look at ranked battle. All right, so here, this is a tiny little base. Does it even have any Inferno towers? Am I blind? I don't see them. Okay, so one of the cool things about this is I can with a really good arrow, I can take out this air defense, this air sweeper, this air sweeper, and this air defense, and I could probably get some damage done on some other stuff as well. We're going to do that right here. Notice that I don't ever feel like rushing on these attacks because they're so strong. So there, I got 4 of those. I got the 2 air defenses and the 2 air sweepers with just my Queen's Arrow. So everything else is just kind of like gravy now. So I'm going to take this out and this out. Notice that I'm not dropping my lightnings directly on the air sweeper because I'm trying to pick up other buildings. We saw that on the last attack. I did it probably a little better on that one. And now I can attack from any side that I want because the sweepers are gone. And this is like, this base is just done. My queen is already dead, but that doesn't really matter. And this is a good example. In a case like this, if there was an Inferno tower, I would drop my blimp so it went right over the Inferno tower, and I would take that out. But there's no Inferno towers on this base. So it's either a brand new 11, or they haven't finished upgrading or adding that to its not its war base, but its ranked base. All right, this is, I mean, the amount of overkill on this. 1, 2, 3, I think I count 5 dragons in that little platoon right there. Well, no, almost 4. And then there's 3 there. There's a couple down there. I got all my balloons. So I don't have my heroes. I didn't even use 3 freeze spells. So you can see those freeze spells right there. That's what would have counteracted any Inferno Tower that was available, if there was one. And even with all my talking and delaying and having to track down this one last builder hut, I mean, I still have almost 45 seconds remaining. So it's a really fast attack as well. All right, we're going to do one more ranked attack on this, and then I'm going to jump over to my Town Hall 14, because I think right with Town Hall 14, maybe you can also do some similar stuff at Town Hall 13. This attack changes a little bit. Now I'm going to show you the way I like to run it at Town Hall 14. Let's see. All right, battle. All right, so what do we got here? All right, so this is a proper Town Hall 11. We got two Inferno Towers. They're both single Infernos. Oh, do I want to take a chance to try to get, if these guys were pointed in opposite directions, I would take a chance to try to shoot my arrow to take out this air defense and this air defense and hopefully clip that air sweeper. But since they're both pointing in the same direction, I don't really feel the need to do that. And instead, I'm just going to shoot straight up off of this elixir storage. Take out those two, and then I'm going to take out, now this, let's take, if I hit the middle of this wizard tower, I can take out what I need to. I'll do the same thing over here, and then I can get the archer tower as well. Okay, so with all of that gone, now I'm going to start my, actually going to start my king over here, and we're going to come in on this side and let that queen continue to work up and clear up all those bases. I'm going to let my funnel kind of cook for a minute, and then I'm going to show you what I do. This will be a good example of what I often do with my blimp. All right, let's start putting down all my dragons. I am going to go ahead and pop the king's ability just because, and I'm going to aim my balloons right at that first Inferno Tower. And now what I'm going to do, let's freeze. I didn't freeze in time. That was bad. I wasn't paying attention. But I'm going to put my blimp right here. And instead of letting him go all the way to the town hall, I'm going to purposely pop him right here. We take that air defense right out. Now, let's see. I need to get that other air defense. I'm all out of spells. Hopefully the dragons will take that out. I said air defense. I meant Inferno Tower. And now this is going to be a little tricky here. I don't know how quickly my dragons will power through these two elixir storages. I think those Teslas end up beating them up. So I'm not going to 3-star. If I was paying more of attention, I possibly could have 3-starred this. But I really wanted to show you how I use that siege machine. It is, that is, I don't want to say an easily 3-starable base for a Town Hall 10, but I could, given another chance, I could probably 3-star that. Although that wouldn't be fair, because then I know where the Teslas were. Everyone knows where the Teslas are now. For a Town Hall 11, where you would get, you would have your wizard, I'm not wizard, good grief, what's wrong with me? You'd have your warden at that point, and that would really help you power through that last little bit. So, all right, so that's how I do my Town Hall 10s. I typically, I'll say, I'll make it up and say I 3-star 100% of Town Hall 10s as a Town Hall 10, and probably 60% of Town Hall 11s. And then occasionally, like there'll be like an undervalued Town Hall 12 that I can get. That's very rare. That's very rare that I could 3-star Town Hall 12 as a Town Hall 10. But now let's go look, unless you guys want to see something different, I'm going to go show you a Town Hall 14. So let's switch over to my K-Bar account. 1 second. All right. And here we are. All right. So this base is a little bit messy. Forgive me. I keep meaning to come clean it up, but I don't ever get around to it. All right, now at Town Hall 14, this is probably the Town Hall that you have the most variety of viable options for your dragon attack. The one I like to use is this. I've been throwing a dragon rider in there. I think I find that to be helpful. I definitely go with more balloons. So here I've got 7 balloons. I definitely do that. But if you look at my my potions, I go with a really deep queen, not queen, champion charge. And then I also bring Yetis in my clan castle. I start bringing Yetis usually at Town Hall 13. I don't have a Town Hall 13 account to show you how I do those. But I think it's important to think about your siege troops. I think that's one of the other things that a lot of people get wrong is they will always bring like either more dragons or an E-dragon. E-dragons are the worst. Or they'll bring balloons. And you may take out the town hall with that, but then your troops die. And that's if they last long enough to take that out. So if they get caught in a tornado trap, which is common to have a tornado trap right by the town hall, then they'll die before they even have a chance to take out the town hall. So I find the Yetis to be a little sturdier, and if the Yetis do get caught up in something and they die, they still do some damage. The little, what are they called? Yeti mites will still do damage, so I prefer them. So let's go get us a clan castle cake. Done. And let's do a couple of ranked battles. Now, I will tell you, to be quite frank, my ability to keep my royal champion safe it comes and goes. So my hit rate on Town Hall 14 dragon attacks is less to do with the dragons than it does my ability to focus on my royal champion. I will typically 3-star all Town Hall 14s. I don't have a ton of success against Town Hall 15s. Probably hit 40% of those, maybe 30% of those I can 3-star. But I will have an occasional bad streak of letting my royal champion die, and that decreases my hit rate. But it usually comes in spurts, so I'll do like 5 in a row where I absolutely butcher it, and then that's out of my system for like a month or two. So let's see where I'm at with this. And my heroes are a little bit undervalued on this account. So, oh, what am I doing? I almost blew it sky high. Oh, hold on, I got my queen upgrading for another 3 days. Well, crap, this isn't gonna work. But let's do it anyway. Let's just do it for the fun and see if we can make it work. So typically what I do is I still, again, use my queen with her giant arrow, and I use her to pick off at least 2 air defenses, and then my royal champion will pick off another one, because I usually at least maybe 2, and then I direct my troops in towards the last air defense. This looks like a pretty underdeveloped Town Hall 15. I'm going to be honest, like without my queen, this attack is fairly reliant on that. But let's see what we can do. We're gonna. So a lot of times, the biggest defense that you have to watch out for is the town hall. So let's get nuts. Let's just go. Let's see if we can't get after this town hall with my royal champion charge. The defenses around here are pretty light, so maybe we can have a little bit of fun here. Get a little bit lucky. Oh, is she? Oh, see, they were just shooting at my pet, and I panicked a little bit there. All right. We're gonna take out the king. Got him. All right. Not the best. Is the sound going out for anyone else? All right, but I am gonna pick up 2 air defenses. My Royal Champion's pretty low, but now let's put down. I'm gonna put my king and my minion prince over here, and we're gonna go all dragons. I'm gonna get really tight up in here because this is gonna be trouble getting through all these elixir defenses. Let's put down everything here, and we're gonna really try to use our warden ability to protect everyone after the town hall falls. So the town hall falls, I'm gonna pop that ability, but you can see how we're still slowed, and that's gonna mean that we get a lot of burn damage after that wears off. So I don't know if my balloons will make it through there. I'm gonna put down a couple totems here and there. And then we are going to use my Yetis right here. We're going to let that pop. That's kind of perfect where I wanted it. And this should be a 3-star. It's fair to say this base was a bit rushed. And by bit, I don't mean just a little bit. I did talk a lot though, so I don't think we're going to time fail. But we'll see. Yeah, no, we won't time fail. We got so many troops left. So you can see the amount of overkill. That is, to be 100% frank, that is more to do with this base being rushed than it is to do with this being like an awesome stellar attack. But it's 3 stars nonetheless. I guess the Town Hall 15. That's for those who know my clan. That is a base that Gamgee would refer to as a fully maxed and supercharged Town Hall 15. If you know, you know. All right, let's try another one. And again, it's even easier. I'm using the minion prince now. Even easier if you have the queen. All right, so this is Town Hall 15. It looks like a Town Hall 15 in name only. Like maybe, looks like it was a fully maxed Town Hall 14, but then it upgraded. So it's, yeah, so it's just the Town Hall that's upgraded. This would be a perfect base if I had my queen. I could start her arrow right off of this, and it would take out 2 air defenses and probably those sweepers, but we don't have that luxury. So we are going to go and try our best without my queen. Let's see what we can do. I don't like when my RC gets hung up on the clan castle troops all the time. I mean, it'd be pretty nice for it to take out this E-drag, but it just would take a lot of time. And I don't want to invest all that time. I'd rather she be taking out some defensive structures, which she is. So you can see we're going to get a second air defense. We're not going to get either of the sweepers, and that's okay. This base is pretty compact. We're going to put our minion prince over there, and we're gonna send our king in there, even though he's probably. I'm going to go ahead and pop his ability. So yeah, we do get that other air defense, and now we can start this. Now notice I didn't go all the way to the edge. I went to like where that little break in the action was, I guess if you could say. We're gonna go ahead and pop the RC ability, and we'll put a totem down here to distract the air defense. but this is going to be a really tough base to 3-star. Let's see. We'll slow everything down with the minion prince's abilities. Start him there. Pop the warden ability. Might have been a little late on that. I've already lost a lot of dragons at that point, but I was trying to save them. Now we're going to come in late with the balloon, with the zeppelin, battle blimp, whatever, and boom, it's going to be a 3-star. Now it is very common in this style of attack that I hold on to my battle blimp till very, very late. I do that for a variety of reasons. One, I don't necessarily want it to take out the town hall if I can get the town hall with my main army of dragons. I'd rather use it to pick off like specific things, but it kind of depends on what my RC gets done. So what the RC charge does. Let's go do another one. And you can see, I think I had a totem to burn there, so I didn't even use everything. I probably would have 3-starred that without the blimp and the troops in the blimp as well. All right, Town Hall 15. This one's kind of like the last one, except the scatter shots have been upgraded. We got a monolith to contend with. This one's a lot less fun. But what we're going to try to do... I would love to pet. Let's do this. We're gonna try to get to that first scatter shot with the RC charge. We're gonna go ahead and take some damage up front to extend our RC charge. There we go. Oh, I thought she was gonna go up. We're gonna miss that. She's not going back either. We're gonna miss that air defense, which is a bummer. But what are you gonna do? Oh, the monolith killing me. Oh gosh. All right, I gotta layer these all real close now. I can't take another monolith shot. But I will get the Eagle artillery. Will recall her right after that. All right, got a couple of those troops. But now this leaves us in like this precarious situation where I really want to start my army elsewhere, but we're not. We're going to start my army over here on this edge. So I'm going to use these troops to funnel. Going to let them cook for a moment. And we're going to start this. Like so. I'm going to hold a couple of my balloons. And I'm going to put my RC down here, pop her ability so she can take that out. I'm going to put the rest of my balloons over here. We are going to go ahead and drop the blimp, the battle balloon, battle blimp, whatever the heck it's called. We are going to do that to try to get that into the center. Come on. And hopefully that can take out the town hall, although it looks like we're hung up on other things and we're getting hammered by those balloons. So this ends up being a train wreck, and I never did use my... I don't think I realized how quickly I was losing all my dragons. I don't have my volume turned up very loud. So that's going to be an epic fail. So I'm not even going to get a 2-star. That is not common. I don't typically mess up that badly. But I really didn't get the RC charge that I wanted. I started off okay, but I thought we would work our way in here and maybe even get the monolith. That didn't happen. I probably chose the wrong side to come in from. Mistakes were made. Again, the monolith tore up my RC a good bit, and that's about right. Like, to be honest, I've said this. I said this recently. I find going from a Town Hall 11 into a 12 or higher is hard, and going from a Town Hall 14 into a 15 is really hard. outside of that, you can really attack up. Like a 12 3-starring a 13 is not generally that hard. A 10 3-starring an 11 is generally not that hard. Um, so mistakes were made. I think in hindsight, one of the mistakes I made was really where I put my dragons down. If we get another example to show you, I'll show you what I think I should have done. And maybe we'll get to do that here on this base. Looks like it's got a monolith. That's a problem. And it's got these scatter shots. That's not, they're only level 2s, so that's not that big of a problem. I mean, it's not great, but that's not that big of a problem. I am going to try to get my blimp there in the core. I've run out of time to look for, oh, there are the sweepers. We are going to go after this monolith with the Royal Champion charge because monoliths give me a headache. But I think I have to come up here if I'm going to do it that way. Alright, we gotta cover up the enemy queen as well. Now the moment of truth. Oh, I'm gonna. Yes, that's where I want her. Alright, where's she go next? Back over this way. I have to burn a couple invis spells, but that's okay. Gonna start chaining them a little closer together. Oh gosh. There are times like this isn't quite like when I was describing before how I get really bad. This isn't quite that. All right, in a situation like this, I'm gonna this is not what I would normally do, but I'm gonna do what I call like an extended corner, and then I drop my balloons over here. This isn't gonna work, by the way, by the by. I'm aware of that, but we're doing this for a couple different reasons. Let's see if I can get my king to get that air defense down. And then we're going to put our, look at all those. We're going to put our RC over here and try to take out that little corner. So I did get the town hall with that blimp, but I'm not going to get the rest of that core. I do still have some dragons over here. This one was not can't freeze them up. This one wasn't a great attack, but it's turning out a little better than I was afraid it might. Alright, we're going to get 3 stars here. Not bad for a day's work. So the reason why I put those dragons down, let's back this up and let's go look at this, because I couldn't talk while I was doing it at the same time. Let's go look at our ranked battle attacks replay. Okay, so we do a big queen charge. I keep saying queen charge. Do a big RC charge. Okay, here she comes. And we come all the way down here. If I was better, we could have extended it so I got to that air defense, but I didn't. Okay, so then we go ahead and recall her. Now, at this point, you can see I've got like this huge chunk of base left, and I got a couple options. I could attack from this edge here, and that would be like a traditional dragon attack, and they would sweep across the base this way. The big reason I didn't want to do that is because there's a sweeper there, and that's going to make it hard to get to this air defense. I should be able to get to that one okay. Should be able to get to that one okay. So then I thought about, well, why don't I come from this side? I could put my dragons down the whole way, and then the dragons that attack these buildings would eventually funnel their way down below and join up with the army, but I was thinking those guys would just spend a lot of time flying and not doing much damage. Meanwhile, the dragons that were down here would be taking a bunch of hits, especially when we get close to the scatter shot and some of these other like splash damage or multi points of damage. So I decided to kind of do the best of both worlds. So I did the dragons up here in this corner, and then I put balloons over here on this edge because that would force them to kind of funnel down this way. Now, still some split off at some point, but the Yeti blimp coming in the middle was helpful because it took out the town hall, and then the dragons that would eventually fly over that wouldn't get harmed. Eventually it was the heroes that went into the corner and cleaned up the rest of the base. But the point still remains that if I had my heroes attacking the town hall and then it fell, they're going to take a ton of damage. So there were still like a few dragons that went into the core and died as a result. I was really, really, really late on my warden ability. That was a problem. In fact, I don't think I set it off. I think I didn't set it off. That was the time before. So I was really, really late. And that's just the way it is. So that was my thinking behind it. But that travels through my brain really fast. I can't get it to come out of my mouth. All right, let's do one last ranked attack. And then we're going to wrap it up. We're just going to wrap it up. All right, another Town Hall 15. Got the monolith, got the upgraded scatter shots. Everything else looks like it's Town Hall 14. Where do I want to go in? So I'm going to come in this way. I'm going after this, this, and this. If I can get those three things, I'm going to be happy with my RC charge. And I think that's pretty doable. I think that's pretty doable. Let's see. Ooh, I don't think I was paying attention that that was a spell tower. I always say I have a much higher hit rate on war attacks where I can plan than I do on either ranked or just those impromptu attacks. Alright, so I got the things that I was looking for. I'm going to get a little extra. Let's see how much extra. She's going the wrong way. I don't want her to go that way. I think because the town hall never hit me, she's not seeing that as a defense. Alright, but that's plenty. That's plenty. Now we're going to run into one of the air sweepers here, but that's just the way it is. Drop him and the minion prince over there, and then we're going to spread these bad boys out. I'm going to put all of my balloons over here, but I'm going to put this dragon rider way over there. We are going to let, what I really want to do is drop this blimp right on the, oh, that didn't work. I really wanted to drop him right on top of the scatter shot, but let's turn that scatter shot around. I haven't even dropped my RC back in. Too busy talking. So this is going to be dicey if this is a 3-star or not, and the reason is not, I think I have the troops to do it. I just think that everyone is going to die attacking the town hall. Well, I guess I don't even have the troops to do it. That's another embarrassing fail. This one was bad. I got a really good charge off. I can't go out like that. We got to do one more attack. That one was bad. I don't even know where that one went wrong. I think my brain got caught up I was too focused on what I was going to do with that blimp, and then I wasn't paying attention to my main army, and then I just hit my warden ability because I was thinking whatever. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, that's bad. By the way, all of these attacks much, 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 much easier when you have your queen. All right, we got to redeem ourselves. Let's go out. Oh, this doesn't count either. This base is a hot mess. But this is one of the few bases that has had upgraded air defenses. There's one right there on the outside. Alright, we are going to RC charge from right here. Gotta quickly invis. I think we're going to do one more after this as well, because I'm not happy with this base. Although it's got more Town Hall 15 upgrades. I'm purposely, now here's a pro tip. Oh, it's not going to work. Is the Town Hall being upgraded? Why didn't the Town Hall try to hit me there? Okay, so what I was trying to do before I was so rudely interrupted by my RC not going the way I wanted her to go was I was going to let that Town Hall hit me so that I could then get the RC to focus on her, but it didn't do that. So we're going to try to take out these things with balloons. Spread these bad boys out. In this case, I'm going to put my minion prince in with everybody else, and I'm gonna hold on to my blimp for just a little bit. I'll put some more. I'll put down this so I can try to take out the monolith with these two. And let's send that blimp in now. The second that falls, I'm gonna pop my warden ability. Oh, so I didn't even get the monolith, did I? Yeah, there's only 2 balloons. Oh, I meant to pop my blimp earlier. What was I doing? Alright, doesn't matter. It's going to be a 3-star. Alright, we're not going out like this. We got to do one more. Alright, 3-star. Ugly attack. Alright, I think on this next one, I'm going to try not explaining everything that I'm doing. Even though that might make for less awesome viewing. That's what I'm going to do. Let's go. Alright, so this is like a mix between this is like a Town Hall 13 with a Town Hall 15 Town Hall. I don't even see a monolith. There's the scatter shots are level 2. So probably not the hardest base. I really want to go out in style, but the matchmaking is not cooperating. We had most of our tougher bases on the front end of this. So I came in through this way to see if I could get both of these air defenses, which I don't know that I will. I think we're going to go this way and then not look back. But if we get lucky, there we go. Okay, now I can get the RC to take out the Town Hall, which is a big bonus. And the second she does, I'm going to recall her because I don't want her to deal with all that damage. So I still have an invisibility spell. All right, I'm spending too much time doing exactly what I said I wasn't going to do, which is explaining everything that I'm doing. We're going to start this over here. And I'm going to put a lot of the defensive stuff heavy over here. That should steer my stuff back towards the middle. I'm gonna, oh, did I not select that? There we go. Okay, we're gonna drop our RC here, pop her ability, and hopefully she can get to that air defense. There we go, got it. Gotta drop some of these. I should be. This has been a little bit. Oh, that was a waste. All right, we can drop the Yetis right over here. We'll drop them right in the middle here of this little compartment, and they should take all that out. This is a 3-star. This is nothing to brag about. This was essentially a Town Hall 13. That just is what it is. I can't control who they give me to 3-star. You can see I got a ton of overkill, and even like going into like a Town Hall 14, I don't typically have that much overkill. I usually have some. It kind of depends on the base layout. All right, come on. We got 3 chances left to get one really good attack. All right, this is a legit Town Hall 15. I don't think I can 3-star this without my queen. I think we'll have to get really lucky, and I'll have to really be on my game. And to be honest, I haven't been on my game tonight. Let's go see. If I can get this, this, and this, that would be pretty good value, but there's still so much to get. Yeah, this is the chances of this being a 3-star are pretty slight. I've already messed up by allowing my RC to really take a bunch of damage, but we'll see if we can't make that up. I'm layering these pretty. So now why? Gosh, I'm shocked that the Inferno Tower, and we're moving further away. I don't know what just happened there. I'm shocked that the Inferno Tower was not the thing that was closest to her. But so be it. That is what it is. I can't go back and fix it right now. I can go back and look at it later, but that absolutely shocks me. So we are going to put my minion prince up here and my king down here. That way we're matching the enemy, so the enemy minion prince isn't just teeing off on my king. We're going to put this up here and these up here to try to get that monolith. Did I put one down? And we are sending our blimp into the core in this situation. Everything is melting so fast. So fast. Let's see if we can't get that. Oh, I thought I had dropped my RC, but I must not have. This one's bad. Without my queen, I'm kind of not doing great here. Alright, there's a chance my RC comes and saves the day and gets me a 2-star. Yeah, that's what. So, RC saves the day, but that's really just kind of a mediocre attack. I want to go back and look and see how far away my RC was that we didn't target the that Inferno Tower, and as a result I left up that scatter shot as well because I was banking on some more of the electro boot damage, but that didn't happen. Oh, I got a builder free. Has builder been free all night? Let's go ahead and, well, let's wait because I'm going to upgrade. Since I've got my queen upgrading, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my warden as well, but we're going to wait until after we do these 2 attacks. So let's just finish off these ranked battles because there's no reason not to. Okay, here's a proper Town Hall 14. I think I can do some good stuff to this one. Now, this will be a tough base. Again, without my queen, I don't know that I 3-star here, but I think I come pretty close. Let's see what we can do. gonna have to do this. So I'm not gonna get that. I'm being too greedy with my RC charge and trying to get a bunch of electro boot damage on things, and I'm not getting it as much as I think I'm supposed to. But let's see if I can get some more here on the core. So I'm not gonna be able to take out the town hall by any stretch. Yeah, this is a little bit doomed. But let's finish what we can. So we're gonna start with that over there. We're gonna kind of quickly go to the king's ability. Try to get that, well, which is good. Oh, I needed one more bounce to get that air defense. So we'll send our balloons in after it. Yeah, one of the bigger problems with this one is going to be the that's one sweeper. We're going to have to go with an early warden ability here, even though that's probably going to mean we don't pick up everything on the back end. That's the reality of it. We're going to get really damaged here. You can see how many dragons I'm going to lose. Boom, all three of those dragons go down to that burn damage. Kind of what we had to do. Oh, I still have my Yeti blimp. I don't know why I was forgetting that. So this will still be a 3-star. You can see this was not a great attack, but we are going to 3-star. Let's do this. We're going to drop the Yetis right here. Oh no. Oh no. It's not going to be a 3-star. And it all comes down to this Expo that I didn't kill properly the first time. That's what this is going to come down to. Because now it's been healed up, and that's going to be the difference. This is a good life lesson. It's a good life lesson. If you're a moron and you don't kill everything that you're supposed to, you don't 3-star. Oh, that's a little heartbreaking. That's a little heartbreaking. Show the replay 4 times. Oh, Bam! How are you, man? Bam, I know what I'm doing wrong on a lot of these. Mainly, I don't have the army that I want because I've got my queen upgrading. That one was a train wreck because I keep forgetting to put down my balloon, or not my balloon, my blimp. So yeah, this has been a good example. The last like 2 or 3 attacks have been a good example of what not to do. But yeah, no, I appreciate your help, Bam. Bam has been one of the biggest helps to my Clash of Clans attacking strategies. Him and Boss keep me on the straight and narrow. All right, let's do one last. This will be the last ranked battle, and then I'm going to call it a night. But Bam, tell me how you're doing. All right, let's see here. So another kind of proper Town Hall 14. We've got this way over here. Where are the scatter shots? There's one, there's the other. So if we do a nice long walk, I think if I come here, I'll steer over this way. Let's do this with lack of preparation notwithstanding. All right, so far, this is exactly where I want to be. Which is chasing that queen. I want to get to that scatter shot. Perfect. Got 3 invises left. Oh, I didn't chain that one. I didn't time that one quite right. Last one. Maybe take out one more Expo. Alright, let's not get greedy. Let's not get greedy. Alright, I'm going to leave my Let's do this. I'm gonna put our king down here. I'm gonna pop his ability relatively quickly, just to take out that air defense. And then we will do my dragons like so. And then we're gonna pile in these, and this, and this. I'm gonna put this here. All right. Bam. What equips you running on my minion prince? I think just base ones, bam. Because I don't typically use my minion prince. So I think it's just the regular ones, the whatever the starter gear is. All right, let's see. Where'd all my dragons go? I was too busy trying to talk to Bam. All right, I can't do two things at once. We're still in Crystal 1 for Clan War League. We will be until we get like a whole bunch of Town Hall 17s and 18s. Usually, Bam, we get like maybe one or two clans that have a worse average Town Hall than us, and then everyone else has a lot bigger Town Hall rosters. Yes, I know what you're talking about with Coco Loons. When I do that if I'm using dragons at Town Hall 15 or higher. When I am doing it at Town Hall 14 or below, I drop them behind my dragons, and I find that works better. I know that Coco Loons above that at Town Hall 15 or higher, Coco Loons are really important. Obviously, I do that when I'm using my Root Rider attacks, but when I'm Town Hall 14 or below, I'm really just having a small platoon of balloons to try to pick off one or two defenses. That's why I use those. I know it's a little crazy, but I don't know. It seems to work for me, at least most of the time. Not all the time. Clearly, if you would have been here, I don't know how long you've been watching BAM, but if you would have seen some of the previous ones, they were pretty bad. But all right, so that is all. So I'm going to start my Warden on this account. I'm going to start upgrading my Warden, and then I have to remember to opt out of war. All right, let's get him upgrading. Let's opt out of war. Whoops, what am I doing? Opt out. All right. All right. So that's my Town Hall 14 accounts done. Do we have room for you for one of your accounts at Town Hall 18? Bam! I will make room for you any day of the week. Of course we do. Yeah, we currently have 49 people on our roster, but I've got at least 2 or 3 of those guys aren't that active, and so we could always make room if we needed. But even if we didn't, you are like a VIP member of Barwick, and we would make room. 2 high-level accounts. Yeah, if you want to bring 2 accounts, we can certainly make room for that. I think I have like one of our guys even has a second account in the clan that he doesn't really play, so I don't even think he'd mind moving that one as well. But that would be awesome to have you for a war. We missed you in the last one. We were like perfectly in the middle. We were never going to get promoted. We were never going to get demoted. It was kind of fun. All right, Bam. I can't wait to see you again. It's awesome to see you. I appreciate you stopping by here. All right, but that is it. I'm going to call it a night and I'm going to head to bed. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bam, it's good to see you. I'll talk to you again soon. Everyone else, peace out. Have a great night.